oh, the pilot's having a mental break.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
I think this actually says a lot about everybody else who didn't get off.
Right.
The idea that they're just like, yeah, this is weird, but I'm going to let this crazy ass fly this plane. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, which means it's time for Clown World.
Clown. Clown.
That's awesome. That is so good. the Wayne's World remake of the Wayne's World theme is the best. All right, look, we live in a world where you have to be sensitive towards other people's feelings and their thoughts and how they identify. And actually, no, we don't. We've talked about that many times. That's not real world. This is just something that's being forced on us. But did you know, guys, that I'll tell you, I think just watching this video is very important. The idea that now just complimenting somebody is now transphobic. Wait, let's watch the first.
Clear that the compliment, "I had no idea you were trans," is rooted in transphobia.
Pause.
Yeah.
You can't win. You can't win. So don't even play. Don't even bother. Don't play their games because you're never going to win.
Yeah, don't compliment anyone.
No.
This goes back to, we were talking about holding the door open for women now, and now that's seen as like by some people as a scene of toxic masculinity. You know, you can't hold a door open. You can't open a door for a woman. You can't hold an umbrella over a woman during the rain.
And if you don't do that stuff, they're like, "What's wrong with you?"
There's a scene on Curb Your Enthusiasm from a couple seasons ago where Larry's at a door and he sees I think it was a lesbian, but a real like manly. He couldn't tell what he was supposed to do, and he was really confused about whether he was supposed to open the door and be a gentleman or not. And so I think if I remember right, he ended up not opening the door, and the person got pissed. You know, and he's like, "I don't know what to do. I can't win."
Right.
You know, it's one of those situations.
Oh, I mean, I'm a Southern boy, so it's like we were raised, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, or whatever. So it's like I'm constantly doing that at restaurants. I'll be like, "Yes, ma'am," you know, whatever, and then I'm like waiting, like, "Oh God, am I going to get in trouble for that?"
No. Here's the thing: is I use ma'am and sir all the time, right?
Yeah.
To mutuals, even do you see how people respond?
Right.
Like, once again, the vast majority of people, if you say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, it absolutely. Right. And I'm sorry you're from the South, you racist bigot.
I know you are, man. They think you're a dumbass. They get a little bit of that twang, and they're like, "Oh, you're from the South. You got retarded. Like
you got some white sheets in your closet."
Right, exactly.
Right.
Where's your Confederate flag? South lost, you son of a bitch. Racism's over. Anyways,
tomboy girls down there,
right?
Yeah,
getting catfish and stuff.
But it goes back. What's the old famous line from that movie? The only way to win is to not play. You know, what's the old classic movie from the 80s, and that's really what's happening here. And Desiree in the chat said, you know, perpetual victimhood, and that's what we're dealing with here.
Yep.
And it's important to laugh, and that's really what this is. We're just laughing at how fucking stupid these people are. Did you know that it's rooted in transphobia to say that I'm great? Shut the fuck up.
What was that movie? War Games?
Yes, War Games. Yes.
The movie about buttering corn on the cob.
Oh, dude, that was a legit like a light bulb moment for us. Do you know about this, Craig?
No, tell me more.
So in War Games,
the
movie, the dad, he took a piece of toast, not even toast, just a piece of white bread, smothered it in butter, and then wrapped his corn on the cob on it and rolled it like that. And I was like, is that how you're supposed to butter corn?
Yeah.
I've never.
What do you do with the bread? The bread just, you know,
eat the buttered bread.
Eat the buttered bread. But it's funny because in that scene, for a good 2 minutes, the dad's just like slopping butter on this piece of bread. And we were like, what's he doing? And then like we're like, oh, he's buttering his corn.
See, that's probably peak ingenuity when it comes to getting things done. The idea of, because I, like a caveman, have been actually just putting butter on with a knife on my corn, right? Or taking the corn and then rolling it on
roll
the butter.
Roll it on the butter, man.
I like that.
Right on the.
My wife gets so mad when I do that.
But
you're ruining the butter.
You're like, look, this is the corn stick now. That's what this butter.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we used to do.
Right.
Becomes the corn stick. That's right. Beardo knows a lot about that. What's up, Beardo? And here's this guy taking the bread. That's really fucking smart. Anyway, so we learned a couple things from that movie, which is great. It's wonderful. Let's go on to our next next thing. We have the DEI female pilot. I don't know. Have you guys seen this pilot?
No.
Okay,
No.
this is. I mean, to say insanity is true insanity. This is the pilot who was going to fly this plane, who got on this plane in plain clothes, and she took the intercom system, and this is what she said.
Okay, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane.
This is your captain speaking, but never like this.
I'll stop, and we'll fly the airplane. Don't worry, I'm going to let my co-pilot fly it. He's a man. Okay?
It's a total meltdown. The pilot boarded in her street clothes and addressed the passengers over the intercom. Passenger Pam O'Neill couldn't believe what was happening.
She said, let's take a vote. How many of you would like to take off now with me dressed as I am, or would you prefer that I take 10 minutes to get changed into my cute little uniform? Then she started talking about her divorce and political candidates. And the minute she mentioned that, a gentleman stood up and just yelled, "Whoa, enough, you're scaring me."
Another passenger, Randy Reese, got up to leave and gave a running commentary on social media. Pilot also insulted a couple on board.
Did I offend you? Okay, so did I purposely offend you? I did.
Let's stop real quick, Blabs.
Flight attendant.
Okay, if this happens and you're on a plane, how quickly do you get off?
Immediately.
Instantly.
Right.
Immediately.
It's like, oh, the pilot's having a mental break.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
I think this actually says a lot about everybody else who didn't get off.
Right.
The idea that they're just like, yeah, this is weird, but I'm going to let this crazy ass bitch fly this plane.
You might be more insane than the woman if you're staying on this plane.
Or
Also, how hard is it to show up to work as a pilot wearing your uniform?
right.
well,
It's like, what was she doing before she showed up? It's like,
her cute. Well, she was clearly taking bath salts. That's clearly one of them. God dang, Blabs, let's go finish that up really quick.
do you think it was like an Office Space situation where she was purposely trying to get fired?
Right.
Could be.
I mean, that's the next question. Has she been fired for this? Because there's no way this person is mentally fit to fly 300 people from LA to Chicago on a regular basis.
She did say she was going to let the man fly them.
Oh, well, that's good. Good news. All right, let's go and continue, Blabs.
Please disarm doors.
After 20 passengers insisted on getting off the United Airlines flight, the pilot quietly left the aircraft.
Okay, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's clearly having a mental break.
Why did the air marshals not show up? Why did they not show up and say, "Hey, this lady's fucking insane"?
Yeah. Somebody was on that plane that was an air marshal. Maybe it was a violation for them to say something to her,
They don't want to get fired.
They don't want to lose their jobs.
I mean, that is insane. And like, what? I'm getting on a plane tonight.
Right.
I hope Captain Karen's not on there.
They said that she got off the plane, right? The pilot left the plane.
Yeah.
So did she ever get back on it?
Well, I don't know, but once again, has she been fired? That's the big question. And is she still allowed? Has she been suspended until a further mental evaluation?
Be suspension upon further investigation.
Yeah. And then everybody forgets about it, and she goes back to work.
Wow, that's scary shit.
I mean, like how often do you know who's actually flying your plane?
All right.
I always take a peek into the cockpit before we go. I'm like, all right, who's this? Oh, okay. All right, fine.
Yes. All right. Well, good for me flying on a plane tonight. Oh,
yeah, good luck, man. Good luck with that.
All right, let's go to this last one. And this is just goddamn insanity here. We have a dating group on Facebook for kids between the ages of 8 and 15.
No.
This is an LGBTQ love is love dating group.
What is
Thank you for this. This is great. Where there's a requirement of you to post a photo of yourself and write your age. And there's 153 members of this group.
No one in that group is 8 to 15.
No,
they're
absolutely
all,
not.
They're all NAMBLA members.
Yeah.
Says an American group to make new friends, to find a date, or to find a bestie. 8 to 15-year-olds only. For the record, that's a pretty big fucking range between 8 and 15.
Real big range.
Yeah. Also, none of those age ranges use Facebook. So
right.
On the next slide, Blabs, it says it's a requirement to make an introduction post. Upon entering the group, you're required to make an introduction post with age and photo of you. Your very first post must include photo and age. If you refuse to make an introduction post in the group page, you'll be removed from the group. Hey, this actually, I just thought of this. What's the age?
I think it's
minimum on Facebook.
I think it's supposed to be 13.
Well, and they have like a messenger for kids, but it's hyper controlled.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's
Still don't
clearly
trust
not what this is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, still don't trust.
No.
Just a quick Google search here. Yeah, the minimum age for a Facebook group or to be an account on Facebook is 13 years old.
Mhm.
So that by itself, this group
Breaks the rules.
If you're looking for 8 to fit, God, that's just disgusting. I could care less if it's an LGBTQ group. I could care less. Just the idea that we're making a dating group for 8 to 15-year-olds is fucked up, right? This whole thing is just.
No, I'm a father of 3. None of my kids have social media, and they won't for a long time. It's not a game I'm playing with this. There's too many predators out there. It's.
All right. That was when we created our groups in the app. I think we were talking about the other day. It was like the first thing I did was private groups, no images, period.
Yeah.
Like that shit's not happening.
Maybe it's how to catch a predator guys setting up.
Right.
There we go. Nice. Absolutely. My God, there you go. That concludes Clown World for this week. There you go.